Iker Lecuona, who led the way for so long when the track was at its wettest on the RC16 KTM. Slick tyres then for Iker Lecuona. He's the first man to head out there on slick tyres right at the end of this second practice session.
Yeah, and he's up already in Sector 1, so he won't be the last to head out on slick tyres, that's for sure. Johann Zarco went out with a brand new set of soft wets. I don't think that it's really going to be too long before he screws those tyres up, that's for sure. Marc Marquez then up again in Sector 2. We'll keep an eye on Iker Lecuona's lap time with those slicks on. He's about to come through Sector 2 now, the number 27, and is up still.
Yeah, Marc Marquez out on the rain tyres, just a little bit further around the circuit than this man Lecuona. And Marquez trying to improve on that 1:31.693, which if he hasn't exceeded track limit, you haven't seen him do it. So this will be best lap of the session from the 8 times world champ. It is a 1:31.353, but for how much longer will that be top spot? Because Iker Lecuona on the slick tyres charging towards P1 here with just over 3.5 minutes of FP2 remaining. Steady on Iker, bit twitchy there coming through the final corner. Over the line he comes though, and he comfortably goes top with a 1:30.490. First flying lap on the slick tyres, and he goes 9/10 quicker than Marc Marquez.
Yeah, and Jack Miller's seen enough. No surprise at all to see him heading straight out on slick tyres now as well. Valentino Rossi likewise. Track not dry enough to challenge the lap times from this morning.
He might be a bit offended, Jack Miller. He wasn't the first man out on the slick tyres in this session. Miller Marquez. See, those two have a few battle royales, didn't we? Back in the 2014 Moto3 World Championship, went right down to the wire in Valencia. It was the younger Marquez brother that prevailed that day.
Marc Marquez will be pulling in now. He'll have seen on the screen now what's going on. Iker Lecuona's about to stretch his advantage, and one or two others will be popping out shortly. Oh, that's almost went a bit wrong there for Iker Lecuona. Simon, you had a little visit to the KTM factory a couple of days ago. I'm sure that you enjoyed that experience over in Mattighofen.
Yeah, sure did, Steve. Look, how do I summarise it? It was, I mean, it's absolutely massive. You're talking football field after football field, you know, and after football field of really modern buildings. You know, it was so impressive. And that's only on one site, because on the other side of town, or in towards the centre, is the earlier one that is huge as well. And yeah, mind-blowing. But I mean, I won't run through everything. We mainly went to the motorsport side, and you know, saw where the guys were building the engines, prepping the bikes. And the two highlights for me, I mentioned this actually in the tech talk, the two standout things were, you saw Wolfgang Felber in the press conference today, the tech one. Well, I got to stand and talk to him over a jig with the latest chassis sitting in it, not yet welded together, and he showed me the 3D printed parts, the tube, the CNC part where the swing arm bolt, unbelievable cool, and huge respect to that guy. It's so interesting. Then the other one was, this is going to sound a little strange, but I went to the engine area where, Kurt, I'm just trying to remember his surname, silly me, it'll come in a minute. Trier, I think it is, Trier, and he designed the KTM factory engine, as well as the Moto3 engine, and many other engines for KTM. Absolute gentleman, really enjoyed meeting him. Him and his team, and sorry, I've got the surname, Trieb, Kurt Trieb. Anyway, I saw the latest V4 MotoGP engine on the dyno running through laps of Mugello, and I got really emotional. I was like, what's wrong with me? Well, you know, I'm doing my best not to cry, mate. I thought, what? Then I realised the only time you hear an engine tortured like that is if you're a very high-level rider. And I haven't heard that for 20 years, and I never will again. And it just brought back all these memories. I was like, oh man, I knew exactly where I was on track. It was amazing. And yeah, truly, the whole experience, fantastic. But the standout thing of the whole thing was the people. You know, really, really impressive.
Thank you, Simon. Yeah, they are wonderful people. You have to, what they've managed to achieve, Matt, in such a short space of time, it is quite incredible, because I remember when KTM first came on the scene, there were so many questions over the steel trellis frame, so many questions over WP suspension and many other aspects to it. It seemed like it was far-fetched in the beginning, but KTM do not sleep, and the same goes for any manufacturer. As we've got a yellow flag in sector 1, you can just see at the top of your screen there, so no overtaking through there as Lecuona gets a 27.5. But it's such an impressive setup, isn't it?
I mean, before they really started to make big headway in MotoGP, Steve, they'd established themselves as the kings of multiple off-road disciplines. And then we saw them have success in 125s, 250s, Moto3, Moto2. So it was only going to be a matter of time. But with their resources, with their commitment, both from human and financial perspective, it was only going to be a matter of time before they found a way to make it work in MotoGP. They had to bide their time, they had to work hard behind the scenes, be patient and continue to learn as they continue to do so. But yeah, last year was fantastic to see. Whoa!
Oh dear.
Blimey, Johan Zarco just lighting up that rear tyre in the practice start zone.